There we go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our champion call. For those of you who earned your 2,500 brick, congratulations. I know there's quite a handful of you who earned this, some of you who are on live, and some are going to have to check back, but huge honor. We're so blessed to have Jerry as our trainer this evening. If you've not heard him yet, you're definitely in for a treat. I know a lot of you have, so be ready just to take some killer notes and to apply them to your businesses. And I don't want to take any more time away from him, so I'm just going to pass it on over to you, Mr. Jerry.
No, Ruth, take more time. Seriously, please. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you.
Good to see you. We're excited to have you on.
I'm fired up. How long are these calls usually? I didn't even ask Christy, so I don't even know what the time frame is.
We usually do a 30-minute call.
Okay. I'm going to try to keep what I got to say to 20 minutes or so and then give a few minutes for some questions and answers.
Perfect.
Okay. So how's everybody doing? Good to see everybody on the call. Those that will be listening later on to the recording, I am honored and privileged to do this. Christy, obviously, is just an amazing person. And because of her and all of you, you guys hit the top level of the company, proof that it's possible. And when Christy called and asked me to do this, I told her that normally I don't do calls anymore in the evenings because, I just try to have a balance in my life, or I'll be coaching 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I said, for you, Christy, I'll make an exception. And so here we are tonight because I love all of you guys, and I really believe that the Hitting Nation is not the end of the road. It's a new beginning, because now it's all about everybody in this nation rising up and moving up the ranks as well. And so I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to cover a couple quick things with you. I'm going to try to watch my time. I want to be able to have some time available for questions. But I want to talk about two specific things. One was a question that was actually sent to me through Christy. The other one is just something I want to discuss, and I'm going to start with that first. So next week, big week. Why? Because I have a week off of coaching, because all my clients are going to be in Vegas. So I finally, Ruth, get a week off. I'm so excited. But while I have a week off, you guys are going to all be in the Grand Arena in Las Vegas. And a week from tomorrow, 16 brand new products are going to be launched. And, oh, thank you. Well, I'll keep praying for that to happen, Ruth. 16 products are going to be launched. And I told Christy that I'm just going to lay it on the line. Anybody that knows me knows I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not here to kumbaya. I'm not here to win popularity contests, although I hope you all love me. I'm here to speak the truth, and I want to share some truth with you tonight about the mindset of what do you do after GTC, okay? Because let me tell you what I've experienced in the last 8 years of coaching, and in all the years I've done this in my business, let me tell you what I've seen. You go to GTC, you come back bouncing off ceilings, 16 brand new products you're losing. It's like Christmas in the Garden Arena. You guys don't know what to do with yourself. 16 brand new products. And all we're thinking of is we've got to come back and we've got to share this with our teams. We've got to share this with all of our clients. And every year, the same thing happens. I see it all the time. We come back from GTC wired in selling mode. And we come back with the focus on selling, 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 and let's sell some more. And we end up having some of the greatest months of our years, the month of GTC. We have some of the greatest volume explosions, some of the most awesome promotion explosions. Massive things happen after GTC. But there's a little bit of a challenge. The volume that's created after GTC, you've heard leaders in the company sometimes refer to it as false volume. And that doesn't mean it's volume that didn't really happen. What that means is it's volume created from a big event that unless you do things correctly, that level of volume is not sustainable 2-3 months down the road if the only thing you're thinking of is selling when you come home. Because what will happen is after you're done selling in the beginning or middle of June, if you haven't built something in the process of selling, then you're going to find yourself in the same place you were in before you left GTC, frustrated and upset because all you did was sell and never build. And I see it as a downfall every single GTC. So I want to impart some wisdom into your mindset because I want all of you to come back thinking radically different than what you've ever thought before. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to come back and sell products. That is a no-brainer. There's no thought involved in that. You are going to sell the new products. That's not the point. But you are not just sellers of products. You are builders of people. And if you don't build new people while you're back selling products, when you're running out of products to sell to people and you haven't built anyone, your business goes back to where it began. We have to become builders of people, not just sellers of products. We've got to do both. A lot of people have this mentality that the business and the products are separate things, okay? See, like here, if you all look at my hands, here's how people think of the business. Business, sales, or sales and business. Okay, we're going to do the sales, and oh yeah, and the business thing, oh yeah, I forgot about that. This is how I always saw it. They are intertwined together. They are not two separate things. They are one thing intertwined. Sales leads to building. Building leads to sales. It's not one or the other. It's both all the time. And the one thing that I know is that if you talk to any farmer, they will tell you this. I don't care how great your soil looks. I don't care if you took care of the soil for 3 months. I don't care how much you pray over that soil for a harvest to come. No harvest ever comes out of a soil that didn't have seeds planted in it in the first place. Okay? You can't reap a harvest if you haven't planted seeds. And you're not going to sponsor and build if you don't plant seeds when you come home. If all you're doing is selling, but you're not seed planting for new business builders, then all you're going to do is have an explosive month, an unbelievable month, maybe a good beginning of June, but when you ride that crest and it's done and there's no sponsoring, there's no building, there's no nothing, you're going to crash land back down to earth and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm back here again. And if you want to extend that all throughout the summer, this is what you need to think. I'm a seed planner. I'm a seed planner. I want to reap a harvest of consultants, but I won't reap the harvest if I don't plant the seeds. And every single person that you come home to and talk to about the products of which you'll sell tons, every one of them, you should be planting a seed into their life regarding the business. Maybe the seed is not right for them right now, not your problem. Maybe they're not even interested in the seed right now. Not your problem. You can't control that. All I know is you will get nothing out of a field with no seeds in it. But you will get something if you plant seeds in the ground. And so what I used to teach my team when we came back from conventions, I used to teach them this. I wanted them to be a builder's mindset, not a selling mindset. And I used to teach them to ask themselves this question. And here's the question. How can I use all of these new products to get people excited to be part of my team? So together, we can go share this with their circle of influence, and they can get paid on it as well. Okay, I'm going to say it again. This is recorded so you can listen back, but I'll say it again. How can I use these new products to excite people to be part of my team, to join my team? So together we can market these products to their circle of influence and they can get paid as well. Every single person we came back and talked to from our convention, we planted the seeds of the business in their soil. Whether it sprouted a harvest then, I had no control over. Whether it sprouted a harvest 6 months from now, I had no control over. The only thing I can control is plant the seeds. And if there's enough seeds in the soil, a harvest will come from something sooner or later. But a harvest will come from nothing if you plant nothing. Come on, somebody. And so he said, well, what do you say? Well, how do you plant the seeds? Wait, listen, you've got Ruth, you've got Christy. They'll teach you what to say. I just kept it very simple. I just used to say to people, you know what? I'm so excited you saw the value of these products. I'm so glad that you decided to use these products, because when you're done, man, you're gonna be fired up at what these are gonna do for you. But I want to ask you a question. How many other people in your circle of influence do you think would love to know that these products exist, or maybe even want to try them? How many people do you know? And I have people say all the time, well, I could think of a few. And I'd say, well, listen, what I'd love to do is I'd love to just ask you for the referrals. So that way I can go visit with them, share what I shared with you. And if they're interested and they purchase the products, I'll get paid. But I don't want to do that. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to ask you to consider coming to join me on my team. And let's go out together and talk to these people that I want to get as referrals anyway. And if any of them buy products, you'll get paid. We can put a paycheck in your pocket. What would happen if you could put an extra $200 to $300 in your pocket next month? Would that make a difference for you and your family? Yes. Why don't you consider being part of my team? Notice I didn't say join my business. Be part of my team. It's a different thought process in your mindset when you say that. Why don't you consider being part of my team? Let's go share this together. And if they do anything, you can get paid. Why? Because now you have pure pay and people can get paid every week. And guess what? If all you did was do that to every single human being you sold the new products to, not connecting to the outcome, because you can't control the outcome. But if all you did was say, every single human being I come back from GTC and talk to about the products, I'm going to plant that seed in the soil about being part of my team, regardless of what they say. I promise you one thing. Sooner or later, you're going to reap a harvest from that soil. But you will reap nothing if you plant nothing. So my message is, do not come back just thinking about selling. This is what your mantra should be. This is what your mantra should be every month, the whole year, not GTC. I am a builder of people, not just a seller of products. I am a builder of people, not just a seller of products, because then you put the business and the products together in one. So that way when you talk to people, yes, Hillary, thank you for putting that up there. When you talk to people, you've got both ends working at the same time. Plant the seed. And how do you water the seed? With follow-up. Follow-up waters the seed you've planted. A farmer doesn't go over to a soil and says, I am going to plant a cherry tree. In it goes, and up comes a cherry tree. No, he's got to go back and water it days and weeks and months until that cherry tree grows. Well, guess what? You plant the seed in the soil of people's lives, you water the seed with follow-up, and sooner or later you're going to get some results from that, but there'll be no results if there's never a seed planted at all. So I want you to come back from GTC with the mindset of, I'm building with these products. I'm not simply selling the products. That separates the people who jump up and nosedive and the people who jump up and sustain and grow throughout the summer. They have the mindset of, I'm going to come back and build with these products, not just sell with them. And when you plant the seed in the soil and you water that seed with follow-up, guess what? Magical things happen. What if you came back from GTC and you planted 50 seeds of the business in the soil of people's lives? No matter what happens, I will tell you what will happen somewhere in the next 60 days. 2, 3, 4 of those seeds are going to come to harvest. And you're going to have a few people on your team you would have never had if the seed wasn't planted. So that's the first thing I wanted to share with you. And I hope that that resonates with you as you're getting ready to go to GTC and the mindset to come back with. The second thing I want to go over is the question that was sent to me from Christy, from someone on the team that said, how do you cope with anxiety or that overwhelming feeling when going for a huge goal in your business? That's wonderful. Great question. I hate to tell you this. I really, 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 really hate to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to tell you this because it's the truth. I never had anxiety in my business. I know you're going to say, oh, come on. No, I never did. Do you know anxiety is created by ourselves? It doesn't just happen. You create it. I chose not to create anxiety. And let me tell you why. My mentor, Art Williams, used to tell us this all the time. He wrote a book with this title. This was the title. Listen to me. All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. Okay? All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. Now, when is it enough? When you've done all that you could do. So why did I have no anxiety building my business? Because every single month, I made sure I did all that I could do. Some months, that was enough for me to hit my goals. Other months, I fell short. But when I looked in the mirror at the end of every month, whether I fell short or not, I said, did I do all that I could do? And the answer was yes. Then all I could do was enough. And on I went to the next month with the same mentality. It's like when we get to the end of the month, or we're here what day is it? Today's the 8th. And some of you have these big goals, and you might be at goose eggs, or you might be at $1,000, and you're already thinking, oh my gosh, my month's over. No. Get out of that mindset. Let me tell you the mindset I had. Last week of the month, I used to teach this to my team all the time. I don't care how big your goal is and where you are in relation to that goal. Christy and I had this conversation last month when she was going nation, when we were doing our coaching call. This was the mindset I wanted her to be in, okay? Let's say you're going for Region Qual 40 grand, and all of a sudden, last week of the month, you're at 18. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna hit my goal. This is impossible. I don't have enough things going on. I don't have enough people. And what do? We mentally check out. We mentally check out, and we coast through the month, and then we're gonna get started the next month. We're gonna really get it going the next month. Well, that is how a struggler builds their business. But the way a finisher builds their business is they say this: I am going to work as if I am going to bust through my goals this month. I am going to work as if. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to come from. Let me tell you something. Christy did not know where all the numbers were going to come from to finish nation. She did not know. She didn't have a plan. It wasn't laid out there. The last day of the month, it was stressful. She was texting me, we're 30,000 away. She didn't know where it was coming from. But you know what she did? She worked as if she's going to bust through that goal. And once you do that, then you know that all you can do is enough. I work as if. And so let me tell you what happens with your mindset. Let's say your goal's Region Qual 40 grand, you're at 18,000 last week of the month, and you say to yourself, you know what, I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm going to work as if. And you bust it. You do all you can do, and you end up at 30. Okay, now we're going to get depressed. No, don't get depressed. This is what you have to understand. Three major things just happened. Number one, you just increased your volume an additional $12,000 that you would have never done if you were sitting on the sidelines sucking your thumb. Number two, you're going to get paid immediately on that extra volume rather than delaying the payment of that volume for 2 or 3 weeks. If you're in a business to make money, why are you going to delay payment of the money because I'm not going to hit my goals? We'll get paid. So you're going to get paid on that volume. Number three, you are going to create momentum, which will then roll into the new month. And that momentum starts you on the track to hitting your goals rather than going to the new month, having to start from scratch. And number 4, you set the example for your team that we never quit, we never stop until the buzzer rings on month end. I don't care how far you are from your goals. I don't care if you don't think there's a shot in heck you're going to ever do it. My friends, your mindset is, I'm going to work as if. And then you do the work and you do all that you can do. And then all you can do is enough, whether you hit it or not. That's why I never had any anxiety. That's why I never got stressed out, because I controlled my mind and said, all I can do is all I can do. And all I can do is enough. I'm just going to make sure I do all I can do. And that's how I was able to build my business, get my team to build their business. Now, did we get frustrated at times? It's a human emotion. There's a difference between feeling frustrated and becoming frustrated. I felt frustrated at times. I never became frustrated. I felt discouraged at times. I never became discouraged. I felt upset at times. I never became upset. Why? Because I wasn't going to let that take root. I wasn't going to let that take root in me. Yes, just that's right, Hillary. There's a difference between feeling an emotion and becoming that emotion. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel discouraged. It's okay to feel disappointed, but it's not okay to become frustrated and become disappointed, because the moment that takes root inside of you, you shut your mind off for anything that's going to be good happening, because nothing good happens out of a jacked up mindset. So your mindset is, I'm going to work as if. I'm going to do all that I can do. And when it's all said and done, no matter where the cards fall, I know that all I can do is enough. And when you do that, that's when things start happening. That's when businesses start to blow up. That's when things start coming to you, because your mindset is, I'm going to work as if, no matter what it looks like. Christy's mindset on the last day of the month, I'm going to work as if, even though she didn't know how it was going to happen. She would text me, Jerry, pray for me. We got a long way. And I would remind her, Christy, do all that you can do, and all you can do will be enough. And guess what? Her and all of you, you did all you could do. And guess what? It was enough. That's the mindset of a winner. That's the mindset I want to see all of you guys have. So I did that, Ruth, with 5 minutes to spare. So that way we can open it up for some questions or comments or anything anyone wants to share before we wrap up.
Awesome. Thank you. That was perfect. You guys, you all earned this, so this is your time to ask any questions of Jerry. So I highly recommend that. So I'm going to be quiet and let y'all jump in.
Yeah, if you guys have a question, unmute your phone. If you have a comment, anything you want to share, I'm here. Take advantage of it. Everybody's bashful. This happens on every call I do. Everybody gets shy.
I'm not shy. I just don't know how to word my question.
You just word it however you want, my dear.
Okay, so I know obviously how to sell product, and I know how to build a team. I've done both. But
Good.
with GTC, and I love what you said, because now I'm going to totally shift my mindset. But how do you walk out of GTC trying to grow people? Like, how would you, if I'm already trying to start talking to people, but now all of a sudden I'm saying, oh, look, now we have 60 new products. How do I say that, though, to build somebody up instead of just selling them the products? Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. And you know what? It varies depending on what you're doing. You know, I always tell people, look, if you're setting up appointments to go back home and go visit clients and show them all the new products, by all means, go do that. But while you're there, plant the seed. Don't leave there and not plant that seed of the business being available, the ability to share these products, the ability to make money. Don't forget to plant the seed, is all that I'm saying. So some people, when they come back from GTC, they set up their weeks a lot differently. Some people come back and they're doing big meetings. They're doing tastings at their house. They're doing get-togethers at their house. That's great. Do it. But remind yourself. See, my mindset is if I'm having what is somebody calling on Facebook? I saw it, unveiling at my house of all the new products, and I'm having people come over. I already know products are getting sold that night. I don't need to worry about selling the products. I just need to, hey, look at this and try the strawberry. It's unbelievable. And people are going to make their decisions. I already know that. My goal on an unveiling night is I don't worry about the products. How do I plant that seed into the soil and let everybody know, hey, guess what? How many people do you know that would love to try this, would love to use this, would love to know this is even around? Well, guess what? If you referred me to these people, and then you go back through what I said earlier, and that's what I used to do. Just plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. The products are the easiest thing to sell. That's the easiest thing to sell. The business is where we get tied up and we get all stressed out and we get all discouraged. Sarah, that's it. There you go. Sarah, you're good. Do you know people who would benefit from learning about these products? Why don't you consider being part of the team and sharing how amazing these products are and teaching people about the power of healthy living? And if people decide to utilize any of the products, you can get paid. If all you did was take what Sarah just typed, what I just said, what she just typed, and say, there's my seed right there. I'm going to learn that. I'm going to memorize that. I'm going to do it so I don't even think about it. And every single person that buys the products, I'm going to plant that seed in their life. Your business will take off because someone along the way is going to say, yes, oh, I'm in. And you know what? Maybe somebody at this, it's not for them right now. It doesn't matter. You have no control over that. All you can control is there's another seed. There's another seed. And don't get discouraged if you plant 12 seeds and nobody said yes. Keep planting. Because somebody along the way is going to say, I'd be interested. How do you do this? I'd like to go to a meeting. Let's sit down. See, we get discouraged because we plant 3 seeds. Nobody said yes. And we say, well, my soil sucks. No, keep planting seeds. Don't worry about the yeses and the nos. Just plant, 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 plant. And the more you do that, the more it helps. The more you keep watering that soil, the more it helps. And so, did that answer your question? And I was like all excited and all over the place, but did that answer your question? Okay. So thank you for asking, by the way. That's awesome. Who else? Anybody else? So I'll give you guys just a couple more minutes. So if anybody else has a question, a comment, a thought, you could type it in the little thing. Oh, we got Marcelo over here.
Yeah, I have a question. So I've been in and out of Arbonne for about 11 years now, and I just recently relaunched again in April. And it seems like that all of my family and a lot of my friends, I've exhausted by, going back and forth. And I don't want to plant the seed that I feel like I've failed at, launching, relaunching. But how do I emphasize my business and not feeling like, okay, well, she's doing this again, I'm not really interested in stuff like that. So how do I do that without feeling like I've exhausted all of my leads or all of my contacts or family and all of that? Like, what would be the recommendation of something like in my situation?
I've dealt with this a whole bunch when I was building my own business. And I can just tell you this, there's going to be times when you've launched and relaunched more than once or twice that, it's like the boy who cried wolf. There's just going to come a time where people just aren't going to believe you anymore. The people that know you. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that's just the reality of it. Our family and friends are going to get to the point where they're going, oh, here she goes. She's launching again. And this is going to last for 3 months and then she'll be out. That's their mindset. Can you control that? Yes or no? No, you can't control that. So you do what you can do with the ones that are willing to sit down. And the ones that aren't willing to sit down, you love them anyway. And you get out there and you go build a new market of people that don't know you at all. Because the ones who don't know you can't judge you. They don't know that you've been in and out and started however many times, which, by the way, welcome back. I mean, you know, that's the thing, because you say, well, I've been in and out for 11 years. Okay, well, hey, maybe that's not the most ideal way to do things, but let me tell you, you came back, you keep coming back. You know what that means? There's something inside of you that you know, man, I need to be more than I am. I need to do more than I have. And there's going to be a time where you're going to say, I'm done coming back and leaving. I'm here until it's done. And this is probably that time. So welcome back. So take that and tell them to stick it in their pipes and smoke it. You know, you don't need to worry about that stuff. Well, they say, oh, yeah, well, you know, you're always, you know, here you go again. You know, when I would do, somebody said that to me, Marcel, you know what I would do seriously? I would look them in the eyes and I'd say, yeah, take a look at this face, because this is what the face of someone who never gives up looks like. That's what I would tell them. I would throw it right back in their face. Yeah, I might have tried 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I might have been back, but you know what? I'm still trying. I'm still working. I'm still trying to do something with my life. What are you doing with yours? Yeah, like nothing. Like you're broke and frustrated at your job. You're not trying to go find something to improve your life, but you're going to rat me out because I'm trying this for the 5th time. At least I'm still trying. That's the mindset you have, my friend. You don't let anybody put you down and make you feel like dirt. You stand up and you go, you know what? Yeah, this is not the ideal way to build a business. I'll give you that. But let me tell you something. I'm persistent. I don't give up. Timing's everything. And at least I'm trying. What's your excuse? Don't worry about it, my friend. Don't worry about it.
Well, thank you.
Did that help?
Totally. You got me crying.
That's good. That's good. And that's a good cry, because you know what? Probably no one's ever said that to you like that. And maybe, you know, it made you feel like, hey, you know what? You've been in and out for 11 years. Now, that's not the way you planned on building the business, and I'm sure there's reasons why you were out and why you came back. But the fact is, you still keep coming back. That tells me there's something in you that will not let you leave. And don't let anyone steal it from you because of their ignorance. That's their problem. They're probably broke and frustrated, but they're complaining about how many times you've done this. Okay? Work with the ones who want to, and then go find a new bunch of people that are going to love to be around you and hear what you have to do, and go prove them wrong. And then drive by in your Mercedes one day, beep and wave, and say, well, there you go, suckers, I did it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Sorry, Ruth, I just tell like it is. So, you know, that's how we do it.
I
All
love
right,
it.
anybody have anything else? I'll give you one more. I'm enjoying being here, so I don't know. But if there's anything else I want to say, or question or comment, we'll take one more.
I have one question.
Okay, who's this?
This is Ruth Ann.
Oh, hi, Ruth Ann.
Hello. I want to know how you got out, where you went to get out of your comfort zone, and where you went to get additional people.
Okay, well, first, that's a great question. It's a great question. Way too long to get into on this call because it's too detailed, but let me explain to you the simple version.
Perfect.
Did any of you see I Am Legend with Will Smith?
Yes.
Where, like, he was the only human being on earth with him and his dog, and everybody else is just gone? Okay. Well, when you go out in your community tomorrow, I want you to go out. You know, we go out and do all sorts of things in our community. I want you to drive around and ask yourself if you are living an I Am Legend movie. Meaning, are you the only person in your community, on the streets, in the stores, walking around? And the answer is no. So the question, it cannot be, well, who should I go talk to? The question is, who don't you talk to when there's a whole community of people that live around you that are probably looking for something different? They're just not wearing a shirt that says, I'm looking for change, talk to me. They are all over. I built my business in a completely cold market because everywhere I went, I was making friends. That's what I did. I built friendships that turned into relationships that turned into business. I made friends everywhere I went.
So
I have an entire training that I do on that. And maybe the next time we do this call, maybe I'll go over that training because it's very helpful and it changes people's perspective. So maybe we'll do that next time. But just for time, all I can tell you is look around you, and there's never a lack of people for you to talk to. There's only two reasons we don't: fear of rejection and fear of not knowing what to say. Fear of rejection is something we create in our own mind because nobody rejects you personally. They're just saying no to what you're offering. It's like a waitress that says, "Hey, I don't want any dessert," and she goes into seizures on the floor because you rejected her. No, she just knows that means you don't want what she's offering. So rejection is not personal, and the fear of not knowing what to say, that's our own fault for not taking the time to learn what we need to learn. So when we get out there, it just flows out of us. That's where practice comes in. So maybe on the next call, next month, we can go over that in detail, because then I can take the time to really train on that and give you some really viable tools that could help you do that. So I appreciate it, Ruth Ann.
Of course. Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, Ruth, we'll be respectful of time. I could be here for 2 hours, but we'll be respectful of time.
Oh, we'll sit. Just kidding. Thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. We really do appreciate it. I know in the comments, everyone's very thankful and sending lots of love. We'll definitely see you after GTC. Say hi to Gina from all of us.
I will.
Have a wonderful
Have fun next week, you guys. I can't wait to see you when you get back.
Thank you so much.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.